Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Dynasty's Racing League's DRL TV. Tonight I am your host, David Wellborn. Joining me in the booth tonight is Rod Fossenal, and we are here for the Dynasty Racing League's Grand National Series Lucas All-Star Race. You have to be a past winner or a past champion in the Grand National Series to be in this race. There was a race ran earlier this afternoon with 6 drivers, to be honest with you. 2 of those drivers were able to compete. I don't know if they've actually won a race or not, but they were out. They were allowed to run the race because they finished first and second in our open. Rod, how you doing tonight?
Not doing too bad, Dave.
Well, I've had some better weeks, that's for sure. But we'll get into that here in a little bit. Let's do a quick rundown of our format here this evening. We're going to run 3 stages here tonight for our All-Star race. First stage, lap 1 through 30. No pitting is allowed. The winner will start first in our final segment. The field will be inverted for stage 2. For 35 laps, we'll run that. Mandatory 4-tire stop under green after the first 5 laps have been completed in segment 2. The winner of segment 2 will start second in our final segment. Our final segment will be a 12-lap shootout, ladies and gentlemen. There will be no yellow flag laps counted. This race will end under green, and we may be here till 1 o'clock in the morning at that rate. But I will cancel the broadcast before we sit there that long. What do you think?
I think I'm excited about that invert. You know, as often as we see some guys trying to start from the back, now that strategy goes right out the window because
Really?
you try and start from the back and you end from the back after the first 30 lap, you're going right back to the front.
So why ain't you starting in the back, racing your way up to the front? That way you can start yourself in the back again and wait for them to wreck again. And you're back in the back again.
Well, you only got 30 laps to do it now. I mean, you don't have the Thomas Harmon 150 laps to work their way from the back to the front. I think you're gonna want to try and get towards the front as quick as you can, and then maybe work your way back towards the middle so you don't really lose any ground during that invert.
Well, we do have 16 drivers here competing, and the name Control is actually Dakota Wilkins. So if you keep seeing Control up there and don't have no idea who he is, that is actually Dakota Wilkins in the 78 car. Right now, Eric Wolf currently doing really well. Got the pole as of right now. We got 1 minute and 36 seconds left. He's getting some extra practice in, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's going to be a pretty interesting race here this evening. The problem is, the way to pass here is not like normal. You're not going to dive bomb somebody and make that pass on the inside. You're going to have to pass them on the outside. This is a high-line momentum racetrack. So almost everything that you know about a short track is actually in reverse on this track. Anyway, that's my opinion. What do you think?
I think Mr. Wolf and Mr. Dick have this thing figured out. They're sitting 1-2 right now in qualifying. So, you know, our man Thomas Harmon, who usually starts shotgun and works his way through the field, is sitting number 3. So I think, you know, these guys have figured this out, and these guys know how to wall ride around. Not wall ride, but wall race. Get up there by the wall, and I don't remember who it is that DW used to reference all the time with wall running. But similar to that.
It's Highline Springer. That man, he's the only man I know that can stick that car right up against the wall on any track and make it work for him. He is the man. All right, we got 10 seconds to go before we get this race going. I do want to pull in. Why is my timing screen? I don't even want to know. We'll do it again. Maybe it'll launch and work. I want to grab J.W. Miller real quick, if we can find him, and pull him up, because he was the winner of our Open, and see what he thinks about running this race here this evening. Where is he at? Way down here in Team Racing Chat channel. Alright. Remember that so you know where to put him back at. Mr. Miller, you got a copy, my man?
Yes, sir.
Well, you won the open race to race your way into this series here tonight. Walk us your thinking through coming into this series, and you're fairly new anyway. Walk us through what your plan is here for tonight.
Well, I think we're just going to ride around here. We qualified 10th, so just trying to learn a few things here. We got pretty lucky, I guess, in the open that was able to qualify first and stayed out front the whole time. So I think track position is pretty key here. So that's kind of one thing that we're definitely looking at strategy-wise. Other than that, just trying to survive.
So ride around the first half, drop to the back, just about the time when you get ready to close this thing up. That way you're starting back up front. Is that what your plan is?
Well, maybe not drop back, but definitely try and hold my position.
Hey, you know they're going to invert. You know the second stage is going to invert, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right, well, man, they're getting ready to send you off. Good luck out there.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. Now, where did I say he was at?
He was
Team Racing Chat.
Yeah, Team Racing
Team
Chat.
Racing Chat.
All right. Boom. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let me see if I'm just going to let the grid roll through. Not going to call it out.
I was going to say, I think we got lights off on the pace car already, so they're
Yep.
going to be going green.
Eric Wolf looks like he's ready to go. And, of course, it did that.
Well, I had lights off on the pace car between 3 and 4, and it's still going around, so...
Clay Phillips has returned for us, ladies and gentlemen. He'll be in that 9 car instead of the 66 for this race. Pace car is in. And we're getting set to go green flag racing.
Eric Wolf and Kevin Dick, 1 and 2.
And Eric Wolf got him a really good jump there. Oh, wreck already. Harmon. 68, I think, or 88. 88. Is that Taylor
TBB.
Yeah, Taylor Butcher Benjamin's involved in that. Let's see if he gets turned. And Steven Sims is involved in it as well. Yeah, he's going to get turned by Adam Faree. Adam Faree's going to be up underneath TBB here. Didn't even make a lap. And right there. Rewind it again, and we'll take a quick look at the far chase.
Yeah, there are a lot of cars involved in that.
Adam Faree gets into him once and then tags him a second time. 38, Mike Lemon gets into it. Clay Phillips, the 6. And your boy Steven Sims, nowhere to go. Shoved up against the wall. Whole front end of TBB's car's tore off now.
Yeah, TBB took a hard hit from, it looked like Lemon might have hit him hard.
Yep. Well, first lap, if that's any indication of what's going to happen. And we do not have any fast repairs here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Normally when we run these races tight like this, I think normally last year we might have had a fast repair. This year there was no mention of a fast repair, so if you tear your car up on lap 1, you just tore up your race car and you ruined your night. And it's going to make for a long 77 laps here tonight with a tore up race car.
I'm going to guess a lot of the cars are going to be torn up before long here, though.
Well, I mean, it's not aerodynamic track. It's not dependent upon that anyway. But you still don't want to have your toe knocked in and out or the camber and caster knocked out of it.
And I'm guessing TBB's, front steering is going to be out of whack quite a bit now.
Well,
and as hard as Lemon hit him, Lemon might be looking at some cooling or some radiator damage.
I was unable to do the work that I was wanting to do with OBS this week. Some of you ladies and gentlemen may know it. Some of you may not. My wife had a heart attack last Tuesday. She's currently been in the hospital all week. Still going to be there probably for another 2 weeks. Looking to have a triple bypass with some stents being put in sometime next week if she can have the surgery. To keep our thoughts and prayers in for my wife Rhonda, if you can. The reason I mention that is because OBS is what I really was wanting to fix on the computer here, and ATVO is completely locked up again. So, but yeah, it was a really bad week for me. But it's going to be a good weekend for these gentlemen if they can get this thing going.
Green, green, green.
Oh, I'm not live. See, that's just it.
I think that first lap incident was a cool tires kind of incident. A little bit too excited, a little bit too aggressive on those tires before they got a chance to warm up a little bit. Oh, we're wrecking again.
Caution is out. Caution is out.
Well, at least they're par for course. Who was it?
That one would have been, I believe, possibly Springer coming up into Corey Sherman. Or Sherman coming into Springer, but it was Springer and Sherman.
All right, let's roll this thing back and find out what's happening with Jerry Springer. I mean, Richard Springer. Corey Sherman bounces off the wall a little bit and turns Springer. And they keep it going. But I guess that was just enough to bring it out. Corey Sherman doesn't even have a rear end on his car. And he had that taken off for the first incident. Well, Eric Wolf, at this rate, he can ride around at least until we get to that 12-lap shootout. And if I'm not mistaken, the way that works is you have to complete the lap. If we get a yellow flag just because, and you don't cross that start-finish line, that lap doesn't count.
That's correct. Caution laps are not counting here tonight. So we are technically still on lap 2.
So you got to restart the race, and you actually got to go across the start-finish line for the lap to count. The yellow flag comes out before you cross the start-finish line. That lap does not count. So we're going to be here, if this is par for course for the last segment, might be here for a while. But we still got all drivers eligible or still racing, I believe. This is amazing. It has completely locked up. ATVO is completely locked up. I should have done that this week. But like I said, I had other things on my mind. But the lights are out once again. We're going to try this one more time, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe get a green flag run in here. $16 drivers still in this race. Half of the field's got tore up race cars, but we're still pushing forward.
Green, green, green.
Harmon looked like he was going to push Wolf there He tried to get a jump. Oh, that's not going to work. I thought they were going to try to make it 3 wide to 87. Oh, wow. Look at that. It come back. I don't even have an 8. Oh, Casey Drake. Eric Wolf doing a fantastic job here. Derek, you know, Kevin Dick must have just tapped the wall. He's got right side fender damage. I don't know where he got it from. Wow, Eric Wolf was just all up against the wall right there. He's actually scraped the wall. Look like there's paint missing on the right hand side of that car. This is a high line momentum racetrack. Finally get single file. Looks like race control got them to calm down a little bit. Oh, Mike Lemon in the wall. It looked like maybe J.W. Miller even followed him right in there. Back to 87. Casey Drake getting up underneath Kevin Dick. Going to take Thomas Harmon with him. Normally you don't see that pass work. Wow. Adam Free all into the back end of Kevin Dick. Normally the high line is the way to make the pass here. And you'll see Kevin Dick fight back here and probably take that back away from wow, that's a gaggle of mess right there. What do you think?
This is just chaotic. I mean, I'm trying to follow something, and it's just this is more chaotic than Bristol.
Well, my best view I got right now is TV3. At least I can see about half the field, or almost all the field. But this is crazy. I mean, Adam Fareed just slammed on the brakes right there in the middle of the turn, caused the 35 of Jim Westerfield to slam on brakes too to keep from running into the back end of him. And in all this chaos, Casey Drake and Thomas Harmon did make it around. Looks like the 10 of our pick for the night. That's who you picked. Who did you pick tonight?
I liked either Kevin Dick or Eric Wolf. Both of those guys looked fast.
Well, Casey Drake and Thomas Harmon both got around Kevin Dick, and he's dropped that back all the way to 4th position. But I'm hoping that maybe once everything settles down, he'll get his rhythm and maybe be able to fight his way back up towards the front here. Of course, now you do need to fall back if you want to start back up to the front in the second segment. If you can't win it here, maybe you can start up front during the second and win the second one.
And I like our runner-up in the Open, Patrick Cowgill, running 5th right behind Dick. He might actually get around him here.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Patrick Cowgill and J.W. Miller both ran that series 25 lap shootout to make it into this race here, and they're both doing pretty well. Patrick Cowgill, as he mentions, is in 5th, and J.W. Miller's moved his way up 1 position into the 9th. I think he's just sitting back riding. Of course, now he was involved in that last incident that we had.
Cowgill is going around Dick.
And he made the move. Adam Faree looking all over the back end of him. Dives low. I'm watching this battle back here with J.W. Miller and Mike Lemon. From what I saw in the other race, the way to move was on the outside to make the pass. But these gentlemen still are trying to make the passes on the inside. Let's get back up front. Slight leeway Wolf has over top of Casey Drake. Thomas Harmon's still all over the back end of Drake. And
I think the one thing we could say with some confidence tonight, though, is that Eric Wolf is not going to win a fuel mileage race tonight.
no, I don't think they need fuel. I think the man who realizes to not let the gas man walk away and put gas in that car might have the advantage. You know, some people forget to make that check box, and you know, a gallon of gas weighs about 8 pounds. So if you can burn off as much fuel as you can and not add any fuel to it, you can make that car anywhere between 50 and 60 pounds lighter by the time we get to lap 77.
Harmon's around Casey Drake.
Mm-hmm.
And either Casey Drake's falling back or Harmon's coming.
Well, it looks to me like Harmon's coming, but that's just from what I'm looking at. That 2/10 right there he gained on the back end of Wolf. Of course, Wolf just took it back. I think Kevin Dick's going to be looking forward to getting into the pits on second segment to get that repair done. I imagine he's probably got the toe knocked out. Inside the 44 of Patrick Cowgill to the inside of Casey Drake for third. Wasn't able to make it up, but you know, now I saw a little bit of bumper play going on in the other race with those drivers to try to race their way into this. We may see a move like that to move somebody up out of the way. Of course, they're already up against the wall. You can't move them too far up out of the way.
A little bit of chrome horn action.
Yep. A little bit of Earnhardt action, I call it. Move out of my way or I'll move you, boy. Don't you know I'm the car that's going to win this race? Harmon's cut this lead in half. He's cut Wolf's lead in half from what he used to have. So he is definitely coming.
I think Kevin Dick's got some car problems. He just bounced it off the wall again.
I'm going to assume that he took that lick and got the toe knocked out. If you can't get that fixed, that thing's going to plow like a freight train all night long, or dump truck one, however you want to drive. Well, we've actually had 21 laps of green flag racing so far. That's going to bring us 6 laps to go for this first segment here. I'm going to assume that Wolf wants it. I'm going to assume Harmon's going to try to take it. We'll find out in another 5 laps. Now, like I said, the last race was J.W. Miller and Patrick Cowgill. They ran a 25-lap race, so they know what to expect for this first 25-lapper or 35-lap race.
Cowgill's looking underneath Casey Drake. Can't complete that pass on the low side. I think he's probably used his tires up enough they can't get any grip.
Well, that's where you need to bump him because Matthew Burgess gave the bumper to Patrick Cowgill a couple times to try to get around him. Oh, Casey Drake in the wall. There you go, Cowgill.
That'll open it.
That'll do her.
I was just going to mention, how bad do you want third over fourth here?
I don't know. I think let me go back. Uh-oh, I heard a car hit the wall. Well, they're going to invert the field no matter what. So all these drivers are going to have to fight these fast cars are going to have to fight their way back through these slower cars. And my thinking is, when do you come down pit road? Do you come down pit road on lap 6 to go ahead and get that run, or do you come down pit road halfway through it on that second segment? Because it does have to be a green flag pit stop. You can't wait for a yellow flag to come out in that second segment and go in and get your 4 tires. It has to be a green flag stop. Well, last lap here.
I'm thinking if you can hold, the longest you can hold off, the better, because the field does not get inverted for the last stage.
Nope. That's what I'm
So
saying.
the advantage will fall to the winner of the first stage or the second stage being able to be up front. And if you're one of those two guys, I say you pit just before. Well, the winner of this stage is the one that's in the catbird seat, because he's the one that can pit just before the end of that second stage and still be up front.
I think if I'm Eric Wolf on lap 6, I'm coming in because I already know I'm going to start the race, the final segment, in the catbird seat. So I'm coming in on lap 6. That way I can race my way up through the field. Have that position with fresher tires for that last, and during that second segment. During this second segment, that's what I want to do. I want to come in, get my fresh tires, run my race to get as much position and track position as I can possibly get against these gentlemen. Now, they can come down pit road if they choose to right now, if I'm not mistaken, but
they still need to do a green flag stop, even if they come down now.
Yeah, that's what
They
I'm
could come
getting to
down
say.
now and get some repairs.
I don't remember. I think they're going to stop the cars and then invert the field. I don't remember how they do that, how they invert the field. There goes your boy
Looks like
Sims.
Lemon actually is in the pits right now.
He's getting damage fixed. He's been in there for 42 seconds.
As long as he comes out ahead of the pace car, he's still on the lead lap and gets his position, I would think.
Well, he better hurry. Mike Lemon is going to go a lap down. Oh, I know how they're doing it. They're giving everybody an EOL one at a time to invert the field. That's how they're doing it. So Eric Wolf will be last. So that's how we're going to cycle this thing through, is with EOLs. I don't even... Do you see a 4 car on the track? Who is that?
I do not see a 4.
Let's see. I see a 4 behind the 88. Who is that behind the 88? That is the 78 of race control.
78 of race control.
That is Dakota Wilkins. So apparently his car number is messed up on his car. Because I got him in a 4 car. Let me see if we can't get these cars painted updated. Nope, still showing him in a 4 car. Well, last place car. Going to start first for this segment.
My boy Steven Sims up P1 now.
Yep. So we got Steven Sims, Adam for
Picking the outside line even.
the Adam Ferree, or is that, who is that? Dustin Jones. Dustin Jones. Okay. Sims, Dustin Jones, and then we got Dakota Wilkins.
Green, green, green.
Well, Stem's got him a really good jump. Wow. I mean, he checked out. Oh, whoa, 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 smack.
Oh, they're piling up.
They saved it. They did not wreck. They were looking for one. It just didn't happen.
Looked like Adam Faree was in the middle of that again.
Yeah, he got shoved up against the wall. Not exactly sure. Harmon's trying to make his way back up through this field. He's trying to get up underneath Casey Drake as he's up underneath Lemon. Oh, Lemon all into the wall. Harmon trying to keep him out of the back end of Drake.
Meantime, Steven Sims is just setting sail out front.
Oh, 3 wide. Are you? Oh, wow. Lemon was getting ready to put that thing 3 wide between him and Thomas Harmon and Casey Drake. Do we know if Kevin Dick has not been down pit road? I thought he might have made his way down pit road. Oh, they are 3 wide. Would you believe that? And it worked. All right, now they're coming down pit road for their scheduled pit stops. I like this call by Patrick Cowgill. I like this call a lot. Go ahead and get it over with. That way you can fight your way back up through this. Highline Springer doing a heck of a job. Why is it showing Dustin Jones leading this race when we know it's Steven Sims?
Yeah, I was just wondering that myself.
Is Steven Sims a lap down?
No, I don't think he is.
It's showing him a lap down. I got Richard Springer in the lead now.
As do I. And now I'm showing Sims and Cowgill a lap down.
What is going on? Sims is down pit road. Well, I'm really not sure what happened there. Steven Sims started this race. He was supposed to be... All right, everybody's coming down pit road. So, monkey see, monkey do. Dustin Jones in the 39 is the one that's leading this race right now, according to my timer. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 6 cars that have not pitted yet. That would be Eric Wolf, Thomas Harmon, Mike Lemon. No, Mike Lemon. Dakota Wilkins, Dustin Jones, and J.W. Miller. Those 5 drivers have yet to pit. Watching old Mike Lemon, he's getting her done. He's already made his stop, so he's.
I still think Eric Wolf, knowing, and he comes to pit road.
Yeah, I mean he can got nothing to lose. He's already going to be locked up in his first position. But I'm liking what I'm seeing by J.W. Miller.
That was my thinking with Wolf, though, is if he'd have waited later in the run, his tires would have been even fresher there for that last
12 laps
stage.
Yep. That's the thing that you make Well, I mean, you can still come down pit road if you want
I'll tell
to,
you what,
but I don't think I would.
Eric Wolf's car got beat up in that stage. It was nice and clean coming into stage 2, and it's kind of beat up now.
Yeah, well, they've been beating and banging. Everybody has. Still got 2 drivers. Dustin Jones and J.W. Miller have yet to pit. I think maybe they're hoping for a yellow flag, but it still wouldn't matter. They got to do it under green.
I'm showing Mike Lemon on the lead lap as well.
Mike Lemon is on the lead lap according to the ticker.
He is in pit road, though.
Why would he pit twice?
Not sure.
Oh, you know what? He pitted under caution to get some of that damage fixed. That's why he's pitting twice.
And he has to have a green flag stop.
So he stopped for fresher tires is what's going on with that. So Dustin Jones, J.W. Miller, gonna wait for the as long as they can. It looks like. I kind of like this call a little bit by these 2 drivers. They'll have the freshest tires amongst the drivers that will be racing for our 12-lap shootout. But the problem is your track position. Where will you be at on track position? Looks like how did Thomas Harmon go 2 laps down? Steven Sims 2 laps down.
I got the same. I'm not sure how that happened.
Well,
Harmon's going to get one back here.
Yep. Where is Sims at in according? Sims is coming too, so Sims may be able to get his lap back as well. Or at least one of them back. If he can get one of them back and get, of course, Casey Drake's trying to get up underneath him now. This is a mess back here. Steven Sims fighting to try to get to the back end of the leader. But he's going to get around J.W. Miller to do it. And we get to J.W. Miller. I mean, he's got a long way to go, Steven Sims does, to catch these 2 drivers. But both of these drivers have still got to pit. What lap did we restart this thing on? Do you remember?
It should have been, lap 31 would have been our first green flag lap because the yellows do not count. So
No,
we have to go to.
I'm trying to look at our ticker because our ticker's not counting right. I wonder how many laps we actually was underneath yellow.
I don't know. I don't think the yellow flags are counting at all. So I think we have to go to 65.
I should have wrote that down. I know we're not counting the yellow flags, but I think iRacing is. Oh wow, Dustin Jones into the wall. Miller going to try to take advantage of it, get to the inside of him. He's going to make that pass. Momentum may carry. Jones has got it. Miller trying to make it work. Oh, don't do it. Oh. He almost got him.
Now, wouldn't that be something if our open winner ended up winning the actual All-Star race as well?
Well, I wouldn't count him out of it. I like his odds right now. Just got to come down and grab 4 tires here real soon. They're working lap 56 on these tires, but I should have paid more attention to when this segment restarted.
Well, Control has just announced 10 laps to go in the stage.
So that means that they restarted on 36. Oh! Hey, he did it. He's going to make the high line
Got
move.
the outside.
That's the way to make that move. That's the fastest way around this track is the outside. Steven Sims,
Just
believe it or
opened it
not,
up a little bit, and he just took it.
believe it or not, Steven Sims and Casey Drake, these gentlemen actually are catching them. And how about our boy Kevin Dick? He is still maintaining in that 4th position. After being inverted, he has made his way back up to 4th. I think maybe he might have been playing possum during that first.
I show Adam Faree taking his car to the garage, and I believe Corey Sherman has as well.
Free 8 laps down. Sherman been out of this race for 30 laps.
Here comes Miller. Jones is staying out.
I think that's a smart move. They're going to have the freshest tires, so they'll be able to come up through the field. Jones knows he has only 8 laps to go. He's got to come down within the next 8 laps. Do you wait to the lap? Here he comes. So Steven Sims puts himself back on the lead lap. Or 1 lap down, I should say. Not sure how this is going to work out.
A lot of other people back on the lead lap. He's going to be in a lucky dog spot, which I believe will still give a lucky dog with the yellow flag. And he's
right.
Going to possibly be the only car 1 lap down.
That is correct. He's going to be the first and only car that's 1 lap down. So as long as he can stay, he needs to stay in front of Kevin Dick, who is now our leader, believe it or not.
I don't think he's going to be able to.
Sure he can.
And I'm still showing Harmon 1 lap down.
I'm showing Harmon
Harmon just came off a 1 lap down for me.
Yeah.
Oh, Sims is fighting him.
Yeah, he's trying to hang on, stay in front of him, because he doesn't want to.
He's only got a couple more laps to do it.
Well, see, if Steven Sims can stay there in front of him, he'll win it and not have to get a lucky dog. Of course, he will still be in 14th position. He will have to go back to the back, but. Oh, don't hit the wall. Got 2 laps, 2 or 3 laps to go. There you go. Fight back. Steven Sims needs to fight back. Stay on the lead lap. If he can get back in front of him, get his lap back that way, he don't have to worry about getting the wave around. But it looks like Kevin Dick is going to walk away with this thing. Come home second. So it's going to be Eric Wolf and Kevin Dick restarting this last 12 laps. Mike Lemon's not going to be able to get around Steven Sims to run him down for that position. And Kevin Dick is pulling away. How about old Clay Phillips comes back, champion truck series winner of last year, and he's made his way up into the top 5. Way to go, Casey Drake. I believe the yellow flag is out. What is going on?
That's the end of the stage.
No yellow flag.
All right, man. Caution is out.
Now we got a yellow flag. Steven Sims might get another lap back. There he goes. Yep, he went. He's going to go all the way around the track one more time. That's a smart move right there. So
So
are you as
I could
confused?
just hear race control. It appears there was some sort of scoring error with Steven Sims. So he was not a lap down. He was actually battling for the lead there when Kevin passed him.
Right. Well, they've straightened it out, so he is now sitting pretty in second. Kevin Dick is our winner of this second series. So that's going to put Steven Sims restarting this race in third. They're going to have to figure out a way of getting Eric Wolf up here to restart this thing in first. So I wonder how that's going to happen. Bring them all down pit road and let them come off in a certain order. That's how it's going to work. Yep.
Yeah, as long as these caution laps aren't counting.
They'll bring everybody down pit road, and they'll bring Eric Wolf out first. Then they'll bring out Kevin Dick, Steven Sims, and then work their way from there. And then we'll restart this race. We probably won't restart this race until lap actually 77 anyway. It might take them at least, well, it might take them at least another 6 laps to get this thing straightened out and the field reset. But once we get the field reset, we should be good to go. Wouldn't mind pulling Kevin Dick and Eric Wolf in, but the race control is talking to them, so that's the only reason I didn't do that. Should have done that last segment, but can't do it this segment either. But we will be sure to get Kevin Dick, Eric Wolf, and whoever else in the top 3 at this final stage. So we're going to get at least 5 interviews, depending upon who finishes this final stage. What do you think about that, Rob? Get everybody the top 3 in the final pole position of this race, and Eric Wolf and Kevin Dick definitely for their wins in these segments.
There we go. Sounds good to me.
I know this has probably been a not the greatest broadcast, ladies and gentlemen, but doing the best I can. Our next race, believe it or not, is going to be at Charlotte tomorrow night. Not tomorrow night.
Yes, tomorrow night.
Is it?
I believe so.
Why? Next Monday, the 25th, it says. That's going to be this series. Will be Charlotte. Our next race actually is going to be Charlotte. It's going to be in the truck series tomorrow night.
Like to back on the pace car. We're not going green this time. We are not going green.
So, yeah.
100 laps at Charlotte night, tomorrow night.
Yeah, that's going to be some fun. I think I'm going to run that race, but I believe that will be my final race this season. Unless I decide to run Texas or Michigan. I'm not sure if I'm going to run either one of those. But I know I will be running the Charlotte race tomorrow night, provided I can get home in time from the hospital.
Sure you don't want to run Eldora?
No, you couldn't pay me to run that track. I tried it one time. No.
Now, I'll tell you what, this driver personally is not looking forward to Eldora.
Well, we're getting this thing set up. We just about got the field reset. Guess who we got sitting in third place? I don't. Fourth place. It should be Patrick Cowgill. He's going to start the inside on road 2 in third place. But what I like, what I'm looking at, is that 6th place driver, J.W. Miller. Lights are out. We are gone. Eric Wolf is down and away. Oh, Sims into the wall hard.
Yeah, he's slid that dirt tracked it right up into the wall and back into it. He's bouncing on it now.
Cal Gill slides right in front of Casey Drake. J.W. Miller makes it around Patrick Cal Gill as well. Here comes Kevin Dick. Looking to try to steal one from Eric Wolf. We got a race back here. You got Thomas Harmon. Oh, don't do it. Oh, no.
Caution is out. Caution is out.
39. Dustin Jones. Spencer loses control. See if we can't get a look, see what happens. Looks like he just got too much momentum. Bounces off the wall. He's going to spin it right there in front of Harmon. Harmon does a great job at not hitting him. I did it again, dude. I didn't write down when they restarted this race. So, don't know how many laps they've ran. Let me quickly ask so I know. I'll be right back. Hey, JP. JP. What lap is this?
This is lap 69.
No, I mean for the green flags for this final stage.
We're in a 12 lap shootout. There are 3 laps complete.
Thank you. You have to move yourself back down into race control. I moved you into spotter 8.
Okay.
So we are on lap. So we are lap 3 of this this race. What in the world is going on? Really? What is going on with my screen? Alright, I'm finally back. I don't know what happened there with Discord. It had me all messed up. Anyway, we've only completed 3 laps into this segment.
So 9 more to go.
9 more to go. That's correct. Eric Wolf, Kevin Dick, lining up. Gonna restart this thing here next time by. So the lights are out on the pace car.
I like Kevin Dick's choice or Eric Wolf's lack of choice for the outside line, putting Kevin Dick out there on the outside. I think that's the better line.
I think Kevin Dick's gonna. Well, I mean, Eric Wolf has the restart advantage, but still, I like the outside, especially at this track. They're just now getting double file. Wow, they need to tighten it up.
Green, green, green.
Eric Wolf's gone. Kevin Dick's all over the back end of him. Oh, almost got into him. Mike Lemon and Casey Drake doing battle back here. J.W. Miller to the inside of Cal Gill. Oh, Calgill and J.W. Miller door slam each other. Oh, this is getting exciting, ladies and gentlemen. That was 4. Here comes lap number 5. So we got 5 down. 5 out of 12.
All over Wilkins that last lap. I don't know if he's going to have enough time to get back to the front.
Now he's beating the back end of him, that's for sure. Lap 6. It should be lap 7. Kevin Dick doing everything he can to get to the back end of Wolf. Awesome job. Come on, do it. I think we got 3 laps to go. Oh, there you go, Kevin. Come on. Is that J.W. Miller back here trying to get that pass on? Yeah, it is. J.W. Miller looking at Kevin Dick and Casey Drake battling it out for second. It's going to allow Wolf to take away.
Yeah, it looks like Eric Wolf is just going to run away with us. I don't think anybody can catch him.
I believe it's over. Eric Wolf is your winner. Kevin Dick, Casey Drake, Mike Lemon, J.W. Miller, Richard Springer, Patrick Calgill, Thomas Harmon, Steven Sims, Jim Westerfield, Taylor Butcher Benjamin. Uh-oh. Let me get that going real quick. Dakota Wilkinson 12th, Clay Phillips 13th, Dustin Jones 14th, Adam Faree 15th, and Corey Sherman rounds out the field. So there's your man, Eric Wolf. Well, the only person that we really ain't got to interview is Eric Wolf, because he's won so many races. I don't even bother interviewing him anymore. Let's grab let's grab Casey Drake and see if we can't get him in first, and we'll work our way up as soon as I can find him. Well,
We've had a chance to speak with Casey Drake this season.
Casey Drake, my man.
Go.
How you doing?
Pretty good.
Come up a little short there, did you?
Yeah, I didn't really have a long run pace, so those first two stages, like at the end of the run, I just couldn't really do much. So track position was so important, and I almost got second there, but just came a little bit short.
You know how you could have got second, right?
Probably use the bumper.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you did an awesome job out there. To believe it or not, we were watching you in the race. You had a couple of good runs there on Kevin, but just was unable to capitalize on it. Is there anything you could have done differently?
Yeah, like you said, just give him a little bump there, and 4 on the last lap probably, but still third's not too bad, so I'm kind of happy about that.
Well, you did a top 3 in the All-Star Series, and not a bad job. Not bad adding that to your resume.
Yeah, definitely.
What you got for him, my man? Right?
But you know what I think might have made you faster? More hedgehog.
Well,
Is that that's a custom paint for the All-Star race, isn't it?
I think I ran it like the last 2 races, I believe. I think I put it on, so yeah.
what are y'all saying? I see you in a McDonald's car.
I've got him in a car covered with hedgehogs.
Oops. Trading paints messed us up. Your Supra is a McDonald's car, Drake. Sorry about that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, shout outs, man. Get them in, get them out. I know you got them.
I'd like to thank, obviously, Dynasty Racing League for putting on this great show, and you guys for broadcasting.
Well, that sounds great to me. Look forward to seeing you back next week at Charlotte. You gonna be?
Yeah, definitely.
You ready for Charlotte?
Yeah, it should be a fun track. Yeah, I mean, kind of a 1.5 mile track, kind of common, so should be fun.
Well, you're pretty good at the 1.5 milers, aren't you?
Yeah, pretty decent, yeah.
All right, Casey. I know it was a little disappointment to not win the All-Star race, but the one thing about it is you didn't gain, you didn't lose any points. So look forward to seeing you at Charlotte, my man.
Yep, thank you.
Yep.
Okay.
Where do you want me to put you back at, Casey?
I'll just leave.
Okay. All right. Well, if he's gonna leave, we're gonna grab Mr. Number 10, Kevin Dick. And all I got to do is just drag you right on down here. Mr. Kevin Dick, how you doing tonight?
Yeah, pretty good. How are you guys doing?
Well, thought you was gonna walk away with this thing there for a minute. What happened?
Just car got away from me there a couple times when I needed it the most, and I just couldn't make the run stick.
I mean, what happened to you early in that first run? You ended up getting damaged. Where did you get that from? Because 1 minute your car's clean, and the next time I look at it, the whole right side's caved in.
Yeah, I just got into the wall a little bit and sort of just stuck going down the straightaway, and just figured I'd let those guys go by because Eric, he was long gone. I wasn't going to chase him down in those couple laps, so I figured I'd try and get it in the second stage.
Well, you pulled it off in the second stage, so congratulations on your win there. Awesome job. Thought you was going to walk away with this thing, pulling another one out, but day late, dollar short, no points for you tonight. How does that make you feel?
Oh, it don't matter. It is a fun race. That's all that really matters. We're just out here for fun anyways.
All right.
Well,
What?
you know, you scored as many points as anybody tonight, so.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? We'll give you an extra 5 points for tonight for this particular race series. How's that?
Man, sounds good to me.
All right. Well, thoughts and concerns going into Charlotte next week?
No, I haven't really thought about it. Just gonna, try and keep my nose clean, run a clean race, and hope for the best.
Well, you did an awesome job out there. You put on a really good show for us. We really appreciate that. So with that being said, man, shout outs. Get them in, get them out. I know you got them.
I'll give a shout out to Jordan Berry for getting this paint scheme on the car done and looking good. So
Why do I not see
We're gonna
anybody's?
reform.
I don't see anybody's paint schemes, and we done went through this with trading paints twice. I see you in a
Yeah.
solid red car. Yep.
no, it's like a flat black and flat red. So
Okay. Well, trading paints has got everybody's car messed up here tonight for me. Oh wow.
yeah. Well, hopefully you guys can see him next weekend.
Well, I'll get trading paints fixed by next weekend if everything goes well with my wife. So, yep. Well, thanks for the shout outs, man. We'll look forward to seeing you back at Charlotte Motor Speedway next week.
Thanks.
Yes, sir. We'll pop him back up in the race chat and look forward to seeing that man next week at Charlotte. I'm thinking he might be able to walk away with it. I ain't gonna tell Eric Wolf that. But I don't even think we should even interview this man. I'm almost getting sick of interviewing you. You know that, Eric?
That's a good thing from where I'm sitting.
Well, I know that's right. Man, awesome job out there. You started on the pole. You win this thing. Walk us through your race. Walk us through your thinking.
Well, big thing, it's really hard to pass here, but I knew if I could get the pole, I had a shot at it. I don't know if you guys were on me, but I went out for my first lap, and I knew the way I got into turn one, it wasn't going to start, so I boarded it. Tried to do my second lap. I was able to put it on pole. That was huge. And then it was just run as hard as you can to make sure you win that first stage. I got worried a couple times. Kevin Dick was really strong earlier. Then Casey Drake came out of nowhere. He covered like half a second, one lap. I thought he was going to blow by me. I actually thought he was one of the guys who pitted on 4 tires and was just coming up through the field. Man, he's so fast. And then Harmon was closing on me there at the end, but I was able to fortunately hold on to it, and that was huge. Then I could kind of take it easy that second stage, but still, even then, managed to find myself in trouble. But fortunately, it wasn't enough to ruin the car. I took a little bit of damage, but I knew if I could start up there in the front again, I had a shot at it. So that's the way it worked out there.
Yeah, that second segment kind of beat you all to pieces. Can you talk us through that?
Yeah, I mean, so I'm just going easy, and then I come off turn 2, and Harmon, I don't know if he had to check up for somebody or if he got stuck on the wall, but he bounced off the wall, and I saw it. I tried to go down and give him extra room, but he still came by and clipped my right front. And then toward the end of that stage, I started to just start trying to practice passing people in case I was behind the final stage. Got to the inside of Patrick Calgill there, and I gave him more room than I'd given anybody. He still managed to come down and lap me on the right side, so I'm not sure if he got loose on the tires or what, but that was pretty bad there. It wasn't too bad.
There was a lot of accordion effect going on and people bouncing off the walls here tonight, but
I'm not sure about Patrick. I mean, like I said, he was to my outside, and I wasn't looking, but I know I was down really far, and I still got slapped. So I don't know. He must have spun the tires or something coming off that corner.
Right. What you got for him? Your favorite driver there, Rod?
Eric?
Yeah.
I don't think we've spoke to you at all this year.
What's your name again? Is it Rod?
This is getting old, man. Congrats to you again. I mean, it's just week in, week out. You were my pick this week, so I mean, I've told Dave a couple times. I said, I need to start picking somebody other than you just to make it entertaining.
Well, if you do, you won't win.
No,
my pick won't win, but it'll mix it up a little.
You might want to go with Harmon next week, Charlotte.
You're gonna turn it into a fuel mileage run. You're gonna make one stop, and you're gonna win that on one stop, just about lapping the.
Yeah, that's what I think is going to happen too.
Charlotte's going to be an interesting race. I ran a couple practice laps there. You can eat your stuff up really quickly there.
Yep.
So it's going to be a battle of managing your tire. I mean, it's every week you got to manage your tires, but there you can abuse them a little extra special.
In Charlotte, you got to worry about not only that right front, but you got to worry about that right rear. And you burn that right rear off, sliding that back end around. 10 laps later, you're going to be paying for it. That car's going to be plowed like a dump truck.
Yeah, it's a challenging track. But I was glad I could get the win here tonight. This type of format doesn't really suit my style as far as just, flat out from the time they drop the green every lap. I really thought Kevin Dick was going to win this thing even before we had the practice session start because he's so good on the short runs all the time. He managed to get second there, but he had me scared.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of stage racing at all. So I'm like you, Eric. Well, I tell you what, my man. There's only one thing I got left to say. Shout-outs. Get them in, get them out. I know you got them.
Yeah, so thanks to JP for putting on this event, this All-Star race. I know he was working pretty hard there from inside the car. I don't know how he does it, but thanks to him for the effort he puts in. You guys for broadcasting again. I know you've been having a bit of a rough time, David, so I'm really glad you're in there in the booth again. You really make these broadcasts a cool thing. And my DPR teammates all the time. It's fun to race with those guys.
Well, we do appreciate them kind words, and I know my wife will as well. Like I said, We appreciate it, and we will see you back here at Charlotte. Maybe you can let somebody else win.
All right, Dave.
Uh,
Have a good night.
if not, if you can't let nobody else win, we'll talk to you next week. How's that?
Okay, we'll see.
All right. Well,
Later, guys.
yep.
Say, I can pretty much count on we're going to talk to him next week.
I know that's right. Where do you want me to put you, Eric?
Can you put me back in DPR?
Okay. Move him back to Bad Boys Racing. I like messing with him like that. Let's see if we can get this in real quick. See if it's actually going to work. Nope, it didn't work. Well, surprise, surprise, surprise.
You knew it wasn't going to work.
I was going to try it just to try to get the unofficial results. I knew it wasn't going to work. It's completely locked up. It always is. I will get that straightened out. I will try to get it straightened out in the next couple of days, and that way I can get at least something going on at the end of this race, the credits and everything. But we still will not be able to get the unofficial results until we can figure out what's going on with ATVO. That is going to really mess me up. But don't need the unofficial results because there's no points here tonight. But Eric Wolf did finish this race first. Kevin Dick was second. Casey Drake was third. Mike Lemon fourth. J.W. Miller fifth. Richard Springer sixth. Patrick Cowgill seventh. Thomas Hardman eighth. Steven Sims comes home ninth. Jim Westerfield rounds out the top 10. Taylor Butcher Benjamin comes home 11th. Dakota Wilkins comes home 12th. Clay Phillips comes home 13th. Dustin Jones 14th. Adam Faree 15th. Corey Sherman comes home in 16th place for our All-Star Lucas Oil race here for the Grand National Series. What do you think, man? What do you think about going into Charlotte next week for us at the or tomorrow night in the trucks?
Oh, I've run a few races at Charlotte, and I'll tell you what, it's so far this season, you know, the truck series has kind of been the class of the field here at DRL, and we haven't run as many cautions as we've seen here in the Grand National Series. But boy, I tell you what, every race I've been in at Charlotte's been 2 or 3 cautions, and it's just simple stuff. You know, trucks pushing up a little bit in the corners and getting loose off of 2, and it's just I think we're in for a little bit of a long night tomorrow night.
Well, you know, we're probably going to have a huge field tomorrow night in the truck series. Just about everybody I know in this league actually owns the Charlotte track, so we don't have to worry about somebody not having the track. The problem I think we're going to have is we've got a bunch of new drivers in this league. Going to have you know, maybe a full field tomorrow night. So with that being said, you're probably right. We're probably going to have a couple of yellows in tomorrow night's race. I look forward to it. I know where I'm starting. Do you know where you're going to start?
I'm not fast enough to start at the front, so I'm probably starting at the back. Whether I like it or not, I think that's probably the safest spot for me, and then just try and not go a lap down, and if I go a lap down, stay in that lucky dog.
I'm going to play Charlotte like it's a Dega race, and I'm going to start in the back and wait for the big one. That's what I'm going to do. And, of course, now I'm not points racing this season. The only reason I'm running tomorrow night is because I happen to like Charlotte, and it's my hometown. So, it's not actually my hometown, but I'm in Winston-Salem, so it's close enough for it to be my home track anyway. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, keep my wife in your prayers, thoughts, and everything. Look forward to coming back out here tomorrow night and doing some racing. If you like Charlotte and you like this league, you know, hit the button, subscribe, hit the bell. You can be notified, because if it wasn't for you fans, we'd be sitting here talking to ourselves, and if it wasn't for the drivers, we'd be looking at an empty track. So we want to thank them as well. We want to thank JP for all the work he does here in this league. We want to thank Marvin Wingfield. Marvin Wingfield. Want to thank. I can't even think right now. Want to thank everybody in this league, especially the graphics department, Jordan Gonzalez and Martin Wenzel. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm tired. I am going to go to bed. Good night. and God bless. How's
All right,
that?
everybody.
That's how I'm going to end it tonight. Good night and God bless.
Not a bad way to end it, I guess.